Lindsay.
How are you,
love
Sal?
coming here. I love coming here. You're always so gorgeous, and it's such a gorgeous place to work.
Because you're very easy to welcome and roll out the
I
red
love
carpet
it.
for. How are you doing?
I'm all right, love. Yeah, I'm
All
all
right.
right. Very excited for Christmas, like you lot are.
I got you these chocolates.
Have I got something
for Christmas.
Oh,
Yeah.
Winter Village chocolate bar.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
We weren't sent those for free.
Were you not?
No.
Not at all.
No, I went and bought those on the way to the
Work.
On the way to the work. On
To the work.
Tuesday. Oh,
Thank
with
you.
money, actual money.
I'll keep that forever.
Yeah, great.
Thank
good.
you.
You're welcome. Well done. Here we go. Series 3, Sally Lindsay,
know,
the
I
Madame
know.
Blanc Mysteries.
I know. I'm so excited
Channel
by it.
5, they love you, you love them. It's all good. What's not to like? All right, we've all seen it. We've all seen tomorrow's episode. It's great, isn't it?
Yes.
It's such
so
fun.
It's a little bit
such
different.
Fun.
It's a little bit different. We last year the Christmas special was great because we threw all the Christmas bells and whistles.
Yes.
This time I wanted it to be sort of a Hammer horror Scooby-Doo kind of thing, you know, which I love at Christmas. And that's what my DOP goes. He always says, "This is just Scooby-Doo." And I went, "Well, yeah, sort of.
Those
I'm having that."
meddling producers.
Meddling producers. Yeah, so I just, we had a lovely time filming it. It was obviously in the middle of summer as usual. But it was lots of fun, lots of fun.
All right, now you know you're on a roll, you're in a purple patch when you open your Murder Mystery Series 3 Christmas Special Episode 1 with a murder mystery.
I do.
And that's
I
just
know.
cheeky. It's just naughty. Now, people thinking, no, but it is a murder. No. But they hire some actors in for a murder mystery night in the murder mystery show, and then guess what happens? There's an actual murder.
Yeah, I thought I'd twist it on its head.
So cool, man.
My friend who writes it with me, Sue Vincent, who I love very much, and she, years and years ago, at the start of her career, used to do murder mystery nights.
Yeah.
And the actors, God love them, are all, you know, sort of fledgling, let's put it that way. So we would try to make them as terrible as possible.
Right.
And it's always such fun and, you know, and we love the idea of sort of going to a hotel in the middle of nowhere and having this night.
Yes.
And then it all goes wrong.
It all goes
dark.
wrong.
All goes a bit Cluedo.
Yeah, it was very Cluedo. And what you have in this, you have that lovely situation where you have really good actors having to play really bad actors.
Yeah, I know. They had such fun with it.
How'd you do that?
We just said, can you...
Oh, well, they were just really bad actors.
No, they were brilliant. So can you just be as bad, as possible? Because, because we had this sort of benchmark of how terrible they can be.
Yes.
And we wanted them to be even worse. So when they come out of character, they're brilliant, which is great. And it's also one of the clues, as you know. So, yeah, they had to be really bad. But it was such fun filming it. Vicky Pepperdine and George Layton, new friends of ours, of the show now. I can't believe they agreed to do it. And we had such fun with them.
All right.
It was great.
So the gang are back together, thank
Yeah.
heaven. You and the chief of police, that's a great double act going forward, isn't it? You've got years in you if you want with this show.
Well, the great thing about Alex Gorman, who plays it, he plays it so flat and straight.
The French chief.
The French chief of police who plays Caron, and there's Dom and Jean sort of thing going on as well. And I think the thing between Caron and Jean is that there literally is no sparks flying at all, but they respect each other. And then some people think there is sparks flying, but I don't know. I mean, it's brilliant when...
Well, if you don't know, you
I know,
write it,
exactly.
you star in it, you produce it, you create it.
But it's funny because the audience sort of read things into it you don't know, you never thought of, really. And they always try and guess on, I know who it is, when you're on social media, and you go, well, that's clever, I never thought of that. That's a good idea, we should have thought of that. It's really, really lovely and entertaining, that part of it.
Jason Sudeikis says when he was writing Ted Lasso, he and his mates were writing Ted Lasso, often an episode would finish sort of on a cliffhanger. They always wrapped it up, and they could... there may be an additional cliffhanger or a parallel cliffhanger as well. And then you'd look forward to the next episode and it would have just moved on from the cliffhanger. And he came in here and I said, so what's that about? He said, we just like to leave big gaps so the audience can make up whatever they like happened.
Yeah.
And it's a thing.
It is really interesting because, especially murder mystery fans, they're a different kind of fan.
Yes.
And they love it. And they've seen it all before. So they think they think there's only 7 plots in there. So they think they've seen it and they think they know it. And they always go, oh, I didn't know that. And so a lot of the time they forget the mystery and just remember the characters, to be fair. But you've got to have a really good mystery. That's the thing that keeps me awake at night, is getting that mystery right. Because I don't want to sort of patronise the audience, really. I want to do a really hot mystery. And if I've worked out myself, then I'm like, I always come out of my shed because I write in my shed. And I come to my husband, to Steve.
Hang on a minute. Pause.
My shed.
Tell us about the shed, man.
Oh, my shed. Now, my shed. It's painted in teal.
Yeah.
It's got like thick velvet curtains. Oh. It's got a settee.
Anybody else thinking this isn't a shed? No,
it's a shed, and it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's got a little mustard kind of accents, do they call it? And it's got my desk and my computer and all my memorabilia around me, like a big weirdo. And I love it. And nobody's allowed in it. The kids are allowed in it for a little bit after school.
Right.
They're not allowed to touch anything, and they have to go out. It's a room of her own. Well, Steve has always had a drum room, obviously, and the kids always had their own room. And I never had my own room, so I said in lockdown, I went, a shed is being built, and that's what happened.
So important. Virginia Woolf, of course, room of one's own.
Room of one's own, that's what I've got.
Roald Dahl, he had a writing shed, didn't he?
That's sort of where the idea came from, actually. A writing shed.
Jeffrey Archer, he has a writing shed as well.
He?
Yeah.
I don't really know him, weirdly.
What's that?
I don't know him. Never met him.
But it's good. It's cool, isn't it?
Oh, it's
to have a shed, to have literally a room of one's own, to go and to contemplate and to cogitate about things and to muse and to massage and to finagle. Do you have writing times? Do you have a little regime, a little ritual?
Yeah, I do. So when the kids go to school, I go in and me and Sue FaceTime, because she lives in North London, I'm South London. So we FaceTime, and then I go in. And some days I'm going in. And some days I just stare at the wall or stare at the outside the window in the garden going, and then all of a sudden it comes out. And it's because I've got that space in and there's loads of green round because it's in the garden. And I just think it's because of that concentrating space. It's really important to me. The little writing shed.
What kind of excuses do you have in there? There's a kettle, there's a chucky drawer, crisp drawer.
Put you on the radio.
I'm sorry about that.
I'm sorry about And then I go, right, that's finished now. I better do some work. And then, the skirting board looks a bit mucky. I better clean that.
Yeah.
Anything really. That curtain needs straightening. Oh, it's terrible.
What is in there treats-wise?
Treats that now. Usually, I'll have the dog there as well on the couch.
Nice.
So I've got a treat for her, and then I'll go in. At the moment, it's after 8. Oh.
In there?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. As a grown-up, you can have what you want, can't you?
It's obscene, isn't it?
Do you have a mini fridge?
I haven't got a mini fridge.
Have you thought about a mini fridge?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a mini fridge is on the way, don't you?
I've got a fire.
Channel 5, if you're listening, you want Series 4? Get the girl a Harley Davidson or a mini fridge. Up to you.
I've got fire. Which is ridiculous. I know.
Kind of fire.
It's just a plug-in one, but it looks
great. Is it a blower
great.
fire? Is it a radiator?
It's just a little sort of...
little blower?
It's a blower, but it looks real. It looks fantastic.
Nice.
So it looks like a little... Honestly, I love it.
Cool.
It's fantastic, my
shed.
shed.
All right, wow. Well, it's got magic in there, that shed has. Have you written all of Madame Blanc in there?
All from that shed.
Nice.
All from that shed, yeah.
Now, obviously, you have previous writing. You're a brilliant writer. However, I'm minded to ask, as mysteries go... it is now your stock in trade, but it wasn't always your stock in trade.
Not at all, no.
Do you think you only have so many mysteries in you? Are you getting to that point where you think, hang on a minute, I'm not sure I've got any more of these?
I think that every time.
Right.
And then when I sit down, they come out again. And usually it's when we're filming, because the filming is the easy bit. So when me and Sue write it, that's the difficult bit, when you're waking up at 4 a.m. going, that didn't work. Oh, let me start again. And but when you're filming it, you're having a lovely time with your mates out in the sunshine, and that's usually when I get the next lot of ideas. Weirdly, because I go, I've not done that. Oh, that could have been good. So I'm already writing Series 4 in my head.
What have you learnt?
What have I learnt is it will come eventually. Calm down.
Breathe.
Calm down. It's in there somewhere.
Yes.
You've done 3. It's fine.
Wow.
Calm down. It will come out. I think the thing I've learned is just keep mixing it up and keep, I push myself. So if I've guessed it, then it's not good enough for the audience. So I have to go back and try and twist it again and go. And it's brilliant, because when I pitch something to Sue and she goes, I go, right, got it. Brilliant. I've got it.
I was reading about a chess grandmaster yesterday, and he was talking about...
that's a good idea for a show.
Yeah, but also his whole discipline about, how you can apply... Gary Kasparov wrote a book, didn't he? He wrote sort of self-discovery book, self-improvement book, based on his love of chess and his strategy for chess for life.
Did he?
Really interesting. And this guy was talking about similarly yesterday, and he was saying what a lot of people don't realise about chess is you start with the end and you work your way back.
Absolutely.
You got to listen to this podcast.
Wow.
He said, because kids are put off by the fact, or people generally, God, it starts. There's 16 pieces on the board per side. You got to start with the points. No, you start with the end. You start with the exciting bit, and then you learn how to checkmate somebody when there's only a couple of pieces left on the board, and then you work back from there.
Absolutely, I always start with the end. Well, that's really weird. I always start with how it's happened and who it is, and then I work back and try to make out how complicated I can be, and which. Because it's a lower budget show, so you can't have a million, suspects. I can't have 12. I can only have a certain amount of really brilliant actors in it, and you've got to just bounce them between, your mind. But I definitely start with the end always, which is really interesting, that.
Right, for people who don't know, your France isn't France, is it?
It isn't, no. It's a big fib.
Is it still the
It's
same
still Gozo. So it's
Gozo.
an island north of Malta called Gozo.
And you haven't bought it yet?
I haven't bought the whole island.
Okay, oh, the whole island? So you bought a bit of it? Oh, please tell me you have.
We haven't.
Oh, come on.
We haven't. I'd love to. I don't think it's for sale. I didn't know. I might ask.
El Dorado? El Gozo? Come on.
El Lindsay.
Yeah.
Yeah, should we go and should we all stay there?
Gozio.
I love it. The people are beautiful, and it's fantastic Maltese people, and Gozotans they're called.
Gozotans?
Gozotans, yeah.
Nice.
And the wonderful thing about the Gozotans, and a lot of them in our crew, is they are very, very loud to each other. Right. So when I first started filming there, I thought they were scrapping. I thought everyone was scrapping in the street.
It's very direct.
And then when they speak to British people, they just sort of calm their voice down and are very polite and lovely. And it's just the way they are.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic. It's hilarious. And you come into the makeup room and they're like screaming at each other, then go, "Good morning, Sally, how are you?" It's just it's a mad thing.
How is the Madame Blanc tourism effect going?
Chris, this is mad.
Sal.
Right.
Yeah.
So this particular time, I think it's taken sort of 2 years, people have come on holiday because of it.
Of course they have.
And it's really mad. And they go, "Oh my God, you're here. I can't believe it." And we do film it. The most amazing one, there was a girl who was hanging around the cast, this woman in her early 50s, and she was just sort of hanging around. And I went, "Can I help you, love?" She just went, "I've come from Tasmania." God. I'm not kidding you. I'll send you the picture of her. She's come from Tasmania. You devil. Not you devil. Do you get that? Do you get that, everyone? Do you get that, listeners?
Sorry.
Yeah, she came from Tasmania because she was a fan. That's the farthest one we've had.
So Marlo, where I live in Marlo, it's pretty popular anyway.
Beautiful.
Robert Thorogood, do you know him? Death in Paradise.
Yeah.
So he's written this thing called Death Comes to Marlo, this book.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it's done really good business. And clearly the people he works with, Death in Paradise, have picked it up. And they've now made Death Comes to Marlo in Marlo. They've been filming it all summer.
I didn't know that.
How much busier can we expect Marlo to get once this show airs?
Very busy.
Very busy.
Yes, you might have to sort of, when the daffodils come, put the old house up for sale because it'll drive you mad. And then they'll find Chris Evans lives there.
No, they do that anyway. Do you know about this? So they got the boats, because we live on the river, very fortunate.
I love it.
We live on the river, and they got these boats. They got the little green boats, which are, you just hire the boats to drive them yourself. Then they got the really big boats that go up and down the river. They fit 200 people on. They go past our house every hour, and they got the commentary, and they do say... And Chris Evans, they say, "So do you know what I do? Go out and wave.
Of course you do.
Take a bow.
You're a good person.
Absolutely.
Give the audience what they want.
Because it's the last thing they expect you to do. I'm like, yep, ex-Top Gear.
Dressing gown on.
Wasn't all my fault, seriously. Honestly. By the way, talking to cars, stop it. Stop it.
You still want that car?
No, the new one, the Rolls-Royce Corniche.
Oh,
the
I
Sahara
know.
brown one.
Did you love it?
Oh my God! It's like it's a pre-1976. It must be because it's got chrome bumpers.
Yes.
And then
me nodding, I've no idea. But
what's the name? Jumped in the back, put her suitcases on the back seat.
I know.
That's Connolly leather there, my dear.
I know, but Glory wouldn't know that. And obviously they're that rich. Well, the idea about Glory and about Jeremy and Judith is we want them to have loads of cars. Yeah. We want them to be that kind of person that just has a shed full of cars. Yeah. So we keep bringing them out. We've got this amazing girl who does all the cars over there, and it's the vintage club, and we just keep nicking them. Wow. Just for you, Chris.
Yeah, I love it. So, what else do we need to tell people? The Madame Blanc Mysteries are coming back to Channel 5, and they're coming back tomorrow night with episode 1 of season 3.
And the next episode is January the 4th.
Yep.
And then every week after that. So
how long? How many?
And 6 more eps after that.
Right, and have you got the series 4 in the bag? Do we know about
not
that?
Yet, but hopefully.
Are you waiting on that again?
Yeah, I'm still waiting on it.
What do Channel 5 expect everyone to do? Just stop watching all of a sudden? We love the Madame Blanc Mysteries. What is wrong with you?
It's complicated, but I'm sure we will have one.
It's complicated.
We will. I think we will have, yeah. But I mean, I've written it in my head, so hopefully.
Have you actually?
Yeah.
No,
I've plotted it.
All of them?
Yeah.
Vassos, my dear.
Can I ask a very...
Yes, my darling. It's your
silly
wife is the art historian, isn't it?
Yes, Caroline,
yes, that's right, yeah.
You said a few minutes ago there are only 7 plots, which just sort of, what?
Yeah, it was a thing.
Famous.
Shakespeare. Yeah, Shakespeare said that. And
So
he
does that
wrote them
include
all.
like rom-coms and everything?
There's only 7 stories.
There's only 7 stories, really.
What
in
are they?
relationships, yeah, if you break it all down. I mean, that's a simplistic way, but it's actually true. And Shakespeare wrote them all. You know, he was a genius. It's just the way you twist them. Yeah, even aliens, whatever, they'll all be about love, loss, death, hero's journey. Yeah, there'll be the 7.
You're Greek, jeez.
I didn't know any of this.
You're responsible for it. The bloody Greeks that did it, mate.
It all boils down to the Greeks, always.
So what's a murder mystery? Which one is that?
Well, it can be all of them, can't it? You know, it's about emotion and loss, and it's just
conflict, redemption,
So in your shed, do you have like the 7 story, the 7 plots,
No,
and you think I'm going to have a bit of 2 via like a bit of 7?
It's not writing by numbers, mate. It's genius.
It's just
Sally
genius.
Lindsay's a genius, and she's sitting in
I
front of you.
know, but
Did you hear what he just said, everyone? That's it. That's the first time that's ever been said in my life.
It's not IKEA. It's not flat pack, mate.
It's not IKEA. It's not IKEA.
well,
So I killed her.
but once you know that there are 7 plots, how can you get away from?
Well, you don't know. You didn't know that, did you?
I didn't.
There you go.
Vassos, you just focus on trying to get the 1 plot, mate. All right?
I've lost
That's
it.
why you can't believe there's 7. He went, I thought there was only 1.
Yeah.
And I can't get hold of that.
I've been searching for the holy grail of the 1 plot. Pony for, I don't know, 20 years.
Oh, yeah.
He's funny,
there is.
isn't he?
Yeah, but no, we mix it up. We mix it up. That's how we do it. We mix it
God
up.
bless him.
Just try and put a fresh look on it.
Shinny, do you want to pile in?
Sorry, I just had to leave.
I love
the
your
studio
hair, by the way.
Tickle in my throat, and I didn't want to spoil me.
Do you want to ask Sally a question?
Well, no, we were just talking. I love the Christmas special, but I was saying I didn't know if everyone was as shocked as they should have been when there was a dead body there.
Well, you don't know who's done it, do you? That's why.
Right.
So we've got
so you've got
got to keep it all a little bit, calm.
Yes.
He's not one of us, obviously.
Yeah.
One of the regulars, hopefully. You never know. But you never know. So it's going to be somebody else, isn't it? So we have to see.
And so you don't think there's any chance of you and the French copper?
You said this last time.
I said it last time,
That's what I mean.
I see something there.
Well, I see deep respect for each other.
What about Dom and Jean? What about them?
Yeah, no,
He's such a nice guy, though. You go, yeah, fair enough.
He would, wouldn't he?
Wouldn't he? Yeah.
Do you think?
Absolutely. I'll
great.
drive you to the
Stevie
church
Edge.
myself. That's what he'd do.
I met Stevie Edge on Phoenix Nights. That's how long I've known him. 25 years.
Oh, my gosh.
I know. So it's great, isn't it, working with your mates?
Phoenix Night, 25 years?
Yeah. Shut up. I'm so old.
Sorry, that just dropped then for him.
And my royal family came on the other day and I went, oh, my God, you were a baby.
Oh,
It's 2000. I'm like, I'm so old.
25 years ago. Tell us about Christmas for
So,
you.
we've got Mum coming down this year.
Yep.
Which will be fun.
Down here?
Yeah, coming down from Manchesterford.
Nice.
And we're going out this year.
There you go.
We're going round the corner to our lovely restaurant, and it's just a local Italian. It's gorgeous.
It's open on Christmas Day?
Yeah.
Nice.
We're
I like
going to
it
do
when
that.
restaurants do that.
We're
It's
doing
cool.
that. Yes, Steve's controversially having sea bass. He's already planned it.
Very controversial.
Controversial. He's having prawns and sea bass.
See, fish on a Friday. No, fish on a Monday. Fish on a Friday is from the Bible, isn't it? But
Yeah,
fish on a Monday, they sit down. You shouldn't really have fish on a Monday because it's never fresh. It can't be fresh because the fishermen don't fish on a Sunday.
Controversial.
Fish on Christmas. Who's any fishermen going fishing on Christmas Eve? Just so we can tell Steve.
Near the South London
is today
area.
your last netting day?
Yeah, he's having sea bass. He's already decided. I love it. I think it's brilliant.
What else is going on with you? I didn't know that
Controversial.
you are the president of the Women of the Year Awards.
I am, yes. It's an amazing society, and I've done that for, I think it's 3 years now. And basically, we have it in, I think it's going to be Manchester this year, and it's a huge event. It's about 600 women and men in a room, but mostly women, and they're all sort of top business people. And what we do is we encourage young women and women in business to network network, to get together. We give awards out. Only 5. It's a non-profit thing. It's for charity. And it's basically just a room full of love and encouragement. And what we do is when we put our hand down, we pull other women up. And it's just that kind of encouragement. And we've attracted so many wonderful people over the years. So, yeah, and I was very honoured to be president.
What are you president of? The awards, or is there another faculty?
It's the awards. And basically there's a board, and we choose these awards through the year. It's very meticulous. And then there's loads of sort of women enter, and then we give these awards out. And it's just basically that's sort of an excuse to have this day to encourage. But it takes all year to plan. But it's great, It's really
Shall we
good.
have a control room round of applause for the Women of the Year Awards?
Thank you. Thank you.
Come on, Tilly!
Oh, they will so love that. The board will so love that.
And
they won't believe
as
it.
El Pres,
Yes.
How long have you been the Pres for?
I think it's 3 years now. Is it 4? You know what? It's one of those things, isn't it? A couple of years. No, you were 12.
Probably, 1978. Jeez, pre-royal family. Mange two.
I literally think
Phoenix Nights was
everything-
just a twinkle in Mr. K's eyes.
I was 26 when I did the royal family. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It is ridiculous. And how long will you be president for?
Hopefully, as long as they want me, really.
Right.
Yeah, I really enjoy
Good
it. I
for
think
you.
it's great, yeah.
Sally,
I think it's
you're great.
fabulous. Thank you, mate.
How
So are you?
How busy are you?
I'm very busy at the moment. I
Right.
just filmed another drama, which I can't talk about yet, but I'll come back and talk about that when it comes out. So that was, we filmed that in Cyprus.
What kind of role do you play?
Oh, it's completely different. She's, it's quite dour, actually. She's quite serious.
Quite heavy.
Quite a heavy one. Yeah, it's a very, very... It's a thriller, so it's not like Jean. She's upbeat and lovely, and this one isn't.
Yeah, considering there's always a murder around.